Alright, You Don't Mess Around with Jim by Jim Croce. I love some Jim Croce, and this is just like the original song. This is an awesome song just to strum along to. It's a very easy song, and this can be played easily on a 3-string or a 4-string CBG. We are tuned to an open G. Low string is a G. Next string is a D. Next string is another G. Next string is a B. Alright, I'm going to show you the few chords we're going to be using, and then I'll show you the easy strum along. And yeah, it's so easy. So first of all, we're going to play an E chord, regular old CBG E chord. We're going to take our index finger on the 1st fret on the upper G string, middle finger on the 2nd fret on the D string, pinky on the 4th fret on the low G string, and all 3 of those together as a chord. Later on, right now we're both going to just play these 3 as a chord, and later on in the song we're going to play, we basically want to mute the upper B string and just play those lower 3. Don't let that B ring out. Later in the song we're going to let that B string ring out open along with that E chord like this. Right now we're just going to keep it those lower 3. Next chord we're going to play a regular old A chord. On the 2nd fret we're going to hold down the low G string, the D string, and the upper G string. And yeah, we're going to keep it just like that, and just like that E chord. Later on we're also going to hold down the B string. But right now just the lower 3. And this also goes for 3-string CBG players and 4-string. If you don't have that B string, it doesn't matter. You can just play the lower 3. Well, 8. So everything I'm showing you can just be played with the on a 3-string. You do not need the B string, so when I talk about that, just disregard it. Okay, A. We're going to come up to the 4th fret and hold down those same low G, D, and upper G on the 4th fret. Play this B chord right here. And later in the song, we're also going to hold down the upper B just like down here on A. If you don't have that B string, don't worry about it. Let's see. We're going to play a B7. We're going to take our pinky and place that on the 4th fret on the low G string. We're going to take our middle finger on the 2nd fret on the upper G string, and our index finger on the 1st fret on the D string. So, okay, so basically counting the intro and the first verse, or not the entire first verse, but we're going to play this E right here. For like 10 measures, including the first 2. He does 2 measures, then he comes in singing, and that lasts for 8 measures. So what we're going to do, and make sure as you listen to the song, they're muting this like most likely with their palm of their hand on their bridge. We don't want to let this ring out. We want to mute it. The only time they let chords ring out in the entire song is during the little short chorus. So everything we're going to do, we're going to kind of want to mute that with our palm up here on the bridge. Just, practice. Don't let it ring out. Just rest your palm there. Just play with it and you'll get the spot where it sounds the best. Okay, again, we're just going to ride that E. Eventually, we're going to go to this A chord that I showed you. Except right here on this A chord, we're just going to hold down the low G string on the 2nd fret. And we're going to hold down the D string on the 2nd fret. Just those two as a little 2-note chord. If you hit another one up there, don't worry about it. No big deal. What are we going to do here? We're going to, each one that I'm going to show you, we're going to strike it 2 times. Now, and the entire time our index finger is going to stay anchored there on the 2nd fret on that low G string. So first we're going to hit that little 2-note chord 2 times. We're going to take our ring finger up on the 4th fret on the D string, and it's still anchoring your index finger on the low G on the 2nd fret. We're going to strike that 2 times. Now we're going to take our pinky up to the 5th fret while still anchoring your index finger on the 2nd fret on the low G string. Strike that twice. Then you go back to the 4th fret one 2 times, and then back to the A. So slowly it would sound like this. So a little quicker. We're going to do that twice, so then the entire thing would sound like this. That's 2 times. Now right here we're going to come up and play that B chord I showed you. Just like the A chord, you want to hold down the low G, the D, and the upper G on the 4th fret. So if you hear me ring out the B string, just disregard that. If you're playing a 3 string, sometimes I forget to mute that and just let it ring. So we're going to come up and we're going to strum that for 1 measure. We're going to go run back down to the 2nd fret to that A note and strum that again 1 measure. We go back to that B chord and do that 1 more time. Now we're going to go down to the A chord again. We're going to do that 2 measures. And then we're going to go back to that E chord for 2 measures. Then we're going to go back to that A chord. Now this is the chorus. This is going into the chorus. So right here, if you're playing a 4 string, this is where you want to, also a 3 string, this is where you want to let the chords ring out. You don't want to mute right here. If you're playing a 4th string, go ahead and fret that B string up there on the 2nd fret in that A. If you're playing a 3 string, just play the upper G string, the D string, and the low G string open. Don't mute them. So, 1 measure. We're going to go to that E chord and play it 1 measure. And again, if you're playing the 4th string right here, let that B string ring open. We're not going to fret the B string on this E chord, just let the open B string ring open. We're going to do it 2 times, just like that. Now we're going to go back to that A, but we're going to play that 2 measures now. Now here's where we're going to go to that B7 for 2 measures. Then we're going to go back to that E for 2 measures. And when we go back after that first B7, we go back to the E. Right there, start muting it again. Don't let it ring out anymore. 2 measures, and now we're going to go back to that B7. That's where I said earlier, if you're playing that E, just leave your pinky anchored on the 4th fret on the low G, and just play the E, and then just reverse those 2, your index finger and your middle finger, and play that B7. But just like any old blues song, you need that ending like that to come back. So again, very slowly, it'd be like this, going into the chorus with the A. Play the B7 2 measures and go right back into the E. And then it just goes right back into the 2nd verse. And that's it. That's the entire song. Because it just repeats itself. The song is very quick. And unlike most Jim Croce songs, he does a lot of finger picking. But this song, there's no finger picking. It's just strumming. But you got to remember, you can listen to the song, remember the little quiet parts where they're muting it kind, and then when they go into the chorus, they just let it ring out and strum it a little more. Okay, that's all of it. What I'm going to do now is just kind of play those parts and time together for you. So, here we go. That's it. That's how they all tie together. So basically just listen to the song. Those changes are very easy. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this lesson. And I'll get back soon with another. Thanks for watching.